Hi, welcome to watching Breezeway Productions. I'm your host, Tia Barr, and we're here at the Writers Guild Awards. That's right, it's the 2018 70th Annual Writers Guild Awards. Join on the red carpet. There's going to be writers, directors, producers, everybody that's in the industry, so stay tuned. Can you tell me a little bit about your writing process and how you got here to this point?
Well, my writing process isn't like most people's. I write in longhand on anything that I can write on, like short cardboards, for instance. Then I type it up in the old-fashioned way on a typewriter and glue all the pieces together till I have something I like. Then I give that to someone who, properly reproduces it in whatever form they want. I keep doing that and keep doing that and doing that, and I have this, so there's this long thing. That's how it works.
You are getting the Valentine Davies Award, and tell me about what your process is in writing when you take on a project.
For me, it always starts with research. So first it starts with, why am I doing this project? How is this going to move the needle? How is this going to make things any better in the world? And then once I've answered that question, I dive into the research to do my best not to lean on assumptions of who these people are, because usually it's based on a true story.
So you want to establish the 5 W's in writing, right? Who, what, when, why, and where?
Well, I need to know all that. Plus a little caffeine and,
Is that your secret?
Yeah, a little coffee.
What's your favorite kind? Organic?
The first cup in the morning.
So let's talk about The Handmaid's Tale. That is an incredible show. I was blown away. When I saw the first episode, I was not expecting what I saw. That comes from a very, very interesting creative standpoint. How was that script developed? Can you tell us a little bit about the process and the work behind it?
It's based on a book by Margaret Atwood, and which is a 30-year-old book that I read when I was in college and a bunch of times after that. So the kind of shocking nature of it really is from the book. It's always been shocking. I mean, it's a 30-year-old book that's still shocking, which there aren't very many books like that. Yeah. So I think that what we tried to do is really bring the tone and the feel of the book to television, and it worked, but that was really the goal, was to make it as shocking as the experience of the book was.
And how does this show stand out from the other projects that you've been involved in as a writer? Because this is coming from a book, you have a little bit to come off of. Is it a lot different now that you have a little bit of material to work with prior to going in with your own vision?
Well, anytime you're on a show and you're working for a showrunner, you're constantly trying to fit yourself into their vision with little sprigs of yourself. So, you're constantly adapting. So going into on The Handmaid's Tale, it was seamless in the sense that we're still adapting to someone's vision. So that doesn't ever change unless you're the showrunner and then everyone's adapting to you.
Right.
But we're not there yet. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. And so.
But you sure are sweeping this season with awards.
Who knew? When you're sitting there writing the room, you never know. You're just trying to tell a good story, and hopefully that the world receives it and is compelled and moved and shaken. And I'm so proud to be a part of a show that literally shakes people up and makes people think and makes people eat a lot of chocolate because it's intense. Because it's certainly intense to write. There's been moments, especially in this season that we're just on, season 2, where literally I had to go home and just go, I'm just going to cry for 2 hours.
So excited.
How are you feeling about being nominated for this award?
I'm just so excited and honored. It's my first time being nominated for an award, so I'm just having a real thrill of an experience.
Where were you when you found out?
Probably I was unemployed in my studio apartment, in my bed, looking at my iPhone.
Thank you so much for giving me some inspiration. That means it can happen. Okay,
yeah, it can always happen.
I want everybody that's listening to me, you know what? Start writing. I've never written anything in my life, and people really like it.
And this is the time, right?
This is the time. You have to create opportunities for yourself. Don't sit and wait for someone to write your story. No one knows your story. They're not going to hire you. Do something on your own, and that's what you've done, so I'm very impressed with that.
Betting on Zero tells the story of the battle between a hedge fund billionaire, Bill Ackman, and the corporation Herbalife, whom he was trying to expose as a fraud, as a giant pyramid scheme. And he shorted their stock to the tune of $1 billion in an effort to accomplish that.
How does it feel to be here at the Writers Guild? There's some very big awards happening, and I know that you want to celebrate. How excited are you? I hear his bell dinging. I think he's smelling me. We love you. Thank you for having us. I know you guys shoot in front of a live audience once a week.
Yeah.
What is that process like?
Oh, it's amazing. Well, what we like to do is we create a party atmosphere. We have a DJ. There's dance competition. We have a beautiful Tiffany Haddish who's blowing up right now. She'll do, some lip syncing, some Proud Mary. We have a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on the show. We try to keep that fun environment throughout the entire run.
Broad City, one of my favorite shows. Tell me all about working on that show with those two wonderful actresses.
I mean, it's people always say, is it fun? Like you just asked, it's true. It is fun. I knew Abby and Alana. We did, at the UCB improv together and stuff, and I knew them for years, and we hung out and we're friends, and then they asked me to do the show, and everything you see on that show that's smart and brilliant is them, and they are as fun and cool as they come off on the show.
Good Behavior is where we just finished our second season. It's about a thief con woman. Her name is Letty, and she's just out of prison, and she's trying to make her life better, and then she
What was she in prison for?
She was in prison for so many things, but she's like a petty thief and vandalism and all the, different, mostly stealing.
For her bad behavior?
For her bad, yeah, Good Behavior and she gets out of prison on good behavior, for good behavior. And then right in the middle of trying to make her life better and get her son back, she falls in love with a hitman. So,
no.
Yeah, but he's really nice.
Oh, he has a good heart, one of those?
Yeah, exactly. No, the only bad thing he does is kill people for a living. And in every other way, he's great. And she's just a mess pretty much across the board. But the two of them are like this perfect pair. And it's kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde thriller.
Okay, congratulations on your award. I'm sure it's well deserved. I'd love to see your upcoming project. And let's talk about Serving in Silence, because I know it's a documentary. It's about a very, very serious subject.
It was a docudrama.
A docudrama. Can you please tell me exactly what attracted you to the project?
Well, it was. It's about an extraordinary woman, and it's about what happened when homosexuals were not supposed to be in the military, and it was don't ask, don't tell, which is you can be what you are, but don't tell anybody and don't ask, which was so wrong-minded. And it's about a woman who basically sacrificed her career because she told the truth, and now things are totally different. But you think about what Serving in Silence did, and it raised people's awareness at a time when people weren't talking about it.
People were not talking about it. And then they started talking about it some more, and they realized that her life was a normal life and a happy life, except that it wouldn't accommodate her career, that she had to give up her career in order to be who she was.
And speaking of raising awareness, this is the perfect time to raise awareness to women empowerment and stories about women. How do you feel about this time and the movement the Me Too movement that's going forward right now?
It seems like it's been a long time coming. I didn't realize the depth of abuse that had gone on myself. I didn't know it until people started coming forward. And if women can be surprised, then I can only imagine how surprised men must be, and that finally there's an accounting, and people who men thought they could get away with anything and no one would report it, or maybe it wasn't a problem, are discovering they were wrong.
I think it's a moment where I hope we will evolve socially and in our attitudes and behavior. We're not going to grow another finger or another toe, but where we have to evolve is in our mind, in our attitudes and behavior. And I hope that this is the turning point, that it's a tipping point, it will never go back, and that women will be empowered, those that aren't in positions of power, that they'll know that they can say, no, not for me, I do not have to be here, goodbye.
Goodbye. Wow, we are here at the Writers Guild Awards. We just spoke to some incredible talent, so many people that are being nominated for such wonderful work. Thank you so much for watching Breezeway Productions. I'm your host, Tia Barr, signing off.